Hi, my name is Brock Pagel, and I wrote an essay to research and find the answer to if going vegetarian is worth it or not. This is a hard question because we've all grown up and with our different preferences and stuff like that, We have been eating mostly 3 times a day, every day, since we were born. So when someone tells you that a food you like is not the healthiest or it's not the best for the environment, you might get a little confrontational and not want to agree with them. So I myself am a meat eater, but I'm going to try and remain as completely unbiased as possible. So from an environmental standpoint, food as a whole takes up about 26% of our greenhouse gas emissions by humans. And on average, a kilogram of beef emits about 71 kilograms of CO2. To put that in perspective, potatoes only emit around 0.5 kilograms of CO2. So that's about a 150 times difference. So you can see that meat gives off a lot more CO2 in the long run than plants do. But from a dietary aspect, meat is like a powerhouse. Okay, it gives you a lot of things. It gives you iodine, iron, zinc, omega-3, and most importantly, vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is absent in almost all plants. Okay, so meat is like one of the best places to get it. But unfortunately, it has been found that high intakes of meat have been linked with mainly colorectal cancer and other cancers as well. One quote from Jeannie Gengiker and Anita Kushk says that summary associations indicated that red meat intakes were associated with 28 to 35% increased risks, while processed meats were associated with an elevated risk of 20% to 49%. So that's a pretty big risk of cancer. So just be careful if you're consuming it often. Now for my final aspect that I want to go over, I took a look at how animals were treated in the meat industry, from birth to death. How are they treated? So first of all, chickens. Chickens, they are sorted at birth. Okay, literally the day they're born, they are separated from male and female. Okay, female go on to be fed a ton and increase their breast and their thighs so they can be eaten, and they also are made to lay eggs and stuff like that. Males, on the other hand, are sorted and they are taken usually on conveyor belts to a grinder, and they are thrown en masse into the grinder, and this is how thousands of chickens die a day, at least in the US. But it's done all over the world, and it's a very sad sight to see. Cows, on the other hand, cows get fed a lot of food. One quote from aspeka.org says, "To increase their weight, beef cattle in feedlots are fed a corn and soy diet that is very hard on their bodies and can cause illness, including ulcers." So these cows are put under digestive stress like all the time, and many of them become crippled because of the hormones that they're fed. They just can't handle the weight. So in total, these animals are not very well taken care of. Organic gets it a little bit better, but it's still not the best. So, to close it out, eating meat doesn't make you a bad person. Not eating meat doesn't make you a good person. Okay? The most important thing is just don't waste meat. Okay? That is nutrients that will most likely never make it back into society. Okay? Not for another couple centuries. Okay? So I encourage you to reduce the amount of meat that you eat to save yourself from the health risks. And thank you for listening. I appreciate it.